Ditto to everything that Susie just said. Good morning. My name is Teresa Molitor, and I'm a registered lobbyist for the Association of Charter School Leaders. I'm also a former board member of Heritage Academy in Jerome. A few days ago, you were all found guilty of violating the state's open meeting law. Anyone who has listened to the recording, and I think we all have, would agree that your conversation was inappropriate for executive session. But what about the conversations you've had in public, in regular meetings? Those have been almost as inappropriate and offensive. I can remember back in 2013 when I and others from the Heritage Board were called before this commission for questioning. I had heard that these commission meetings had become emotionally devastating, that people would leave them crying. But until I witnessed it firsthand, I didn't know what had been going on in the 9 years since our lobbying efforts created this commission back in 2004. The shift that had taken place was saddening and very disturbing. The other board members and I were treated like criminals. We were interrogated about broken playground equipment, alleged bullying, and of course, test scores. No matter what answer we provided, commissioners and staff acted as though we had done the most egregious thing, opening this charter school in Jerome. It was like we were embarrassing to the commissioners and the commission staff. Because Heritage wasn't wildly outperforming the traditional public school in Jerome, we were targeted, and Heritage has been on your hit list ever since. The recording of your executive session, frankly, seemed almost like an extension of the conversation you have boldly had in public for many years. Those public meetings, even as recently as the last one you conducted in June, show a real disdain and disregard for those who are passionate about providing education choice in Idaho. And what about that word choice? When we lobbied for charter schools in 2004, we talked about choice, choice, and choice. Never ever was a promise made that charter schools would outperform traditional schools. The mantra was, charter schools will do as well or better than traditional schools, and they will do it with less money and more innovation. Let me say that again. Charter schools will do as well or better than traditional schools, and they will do it with less money and more innovation. You see, this recording is not just a violation of the open meeting law. It's a violation of your original mission, which was to support Idaho charter schools, especially those that are struggling. Not excluding those that are struggling, but especially those that are struggling. Charter schools wanted more freedom and more flexibility to innovate, and were willing to trade away some funding to get it. But guess what? Charter schools are still giving away the money, but getting the opposite. They're saddled with more reporting, more accountability, more busy work. The Association of Charter School Leaders was formed to help policymakers remember what the original mission was. It wasn't for more money to duplicate high-performing schools. It was for more freedom and flexibility. That's why Idaho agreed to do this experiment called charter schools. It was simply to provide choice. Your job as commissioners was to support schools that were providing choice, whether they were virtual, brick and mortar, or something else. The recording I heard really wasn't that surprising. I've heard the same disdain and condescension from you and your staff for many years. This meeting today may cure your open meeting violation, but it won't cure the severe problems I just described. It won't cure the fact that you're completely misguided in what your mission is, or that you think this will all blow over if you just offer enough apologies. Thank you.